Hey guys, this is Combat X recording another FP VOD. No, I don't know if anyone will ever get that joke, but yeah. I know I said the bit overworld stuff today, not so much so. I realized there was some stuff that I forgot to do last time in the level editing, so let's go over that. Secondary entrances being one such thing. Secondary entrances, for example, when you come out of a pipe into a level that already has a proper main entrance and everything. Right, we have one over here actually, luckily. This level already has one, Yoshi's Island 1, when you go down into the little subterranean level and then you will shoot out of the pipe. That's a secondary entrance. So we can actually go ahead and just modify that one instead of creating a new one, which isn't harder at all, really. But I've already found the one called 1CB, which is the one we want. You see 1CB right there. Secondary entrances is the little door with the number 2 on it. Change screen number to screen 6. Set X, Y position. We're actually not going to be shooting from a slanted pipe. We will be appearing vertical pipe, exit up. And let's just see where these different take us. Let's actually just set that one to 6 or so. Here we go. We just want to raise that one by 1, I think, and that's perfect. Now Mario will appear up there. So we're going to save this level to ROM, head over to level 19, which is the other one we were working on, if you remember. Here we now have a pipe, which I added in your absence, and we're going to just create a screen exit. It will be located in screen 02, and will actually be a secondary exit number to secondary exit 1CB. Okay. As you can see, it now changes to secondary exit 1CB to level 105. And that should work. Now we have a secondary exit from this level that will take us back to level 105 again. So that this is not a dead end anymore. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and save this one, and I've already actually tried today, so I know that this works. And we're gonna go back to 105. Let's say we want to change the music for this level. This will be the standard Yoshi's Island music. I think you should know which one that is, and if you don't, then just try playing the level and you will see which one that is. But see, we want to change it. We're going to level, change properties in header, and we go to music right here. Here we go, it's the standard one, Yoshi's Island. Piano is the slightly more action one for the... I don't really know what the hell to describe them as, but most of these are kind of self-explanatory. Cave drums is from the cave levels, castle from the castles, ghost house from the ghost houses. Yeah. We can also change the time limits from some presets. If you change the time 000, you will actually not have a time limit at all, but for some reason when you die it says time up instead of just dying for some reason. You can change number of screens, but that's not really necessary because whenever you add something in a new screen, it actually changes the number of screens automatically. Here we have a little list of our screens, and for example, it said 14 screens earlier. That's from screen 00 to screen 13, that's 14 screens. Say we wanted to just make sure we could go one extra one. I said one extra one. We add some ground to screen 14, we go back to level, properties in header, and it should now be 15 screens, except it's not for some reason, maybe because it's nothing in that. That was weird actually. It should automatically change it. I have really no idea why. Okay, that was actually kind of strange. Huh. Well, actually, the levels always automatically stop when there's nothing behind. And when there's nothing in the next screen, Mario will automatically stop in kind of an invisible wall thing. So that's actually really weird. It might be that this level has a manually set preset to 14, since the designer of the level obviously knew that it ends on screen 13, so that might be why actually. Normally it should automatically change it. So that's actually really weird. Okay, anyway, when we now appear in this pipe up here, what's actually going to happen is the screen will most likely get stuck down here because it's actually set to handle verticality a little strangely. So what we're going to do again, properties in header. This is currently set to no vertical scroll unless flying, climbing, etc. We're going to change that to vertical scroll at will. This will make it scroll more easily up and down. And just OK that. Save level to ROM. Something else you might want to do is you might want to be changing the color palette for the level, for example. Where you go to do that is this little rainbow star icon up here, which should say something like palette window. Window is called change palettes in header and edit shared or custom colors. You can actually go into every palette and just change these colors up. That is not revertible, so I wouldn't recommend it. But you can go into different preset palettes here and just change the one. For example, if I want to change the ground, I would go into FG palette, that's foreground palette, and just click one here, and you will notice that my ground color changed into a more icy one. Here's a kind of moon one. I don't really know where that's used ordinarily. I guess castles maybe. 01 you should recognize. 02 I don't really know where that is, honestly. Yeah, 4 is Chocolate Island for some reason. You can change the sprite color palette, but I don't recall ever seeing that making much difference. BG palette will change the color of the background here, which might make it look weird in some instances. This being one such instance, apparently. Commonly it actually doesn't look weird, but you will see these little weird, blocks right here that look out of place. Let's find our old one, which was actually palette 1. Back area color changes this color right here. We can make it look like a little sunset right here, which is actually pretty cool, so let's keep that. And okay, the Chocolate Island one was really ugly, but never mind that. If we want to change, say, the background picture, we can actually only use the parts that it already consists of, but even so we can kind of change it. We go into this little leaf button right here between the overworld map and the 16x16 editor, this question block. That's the background right there, the green leaf thingy. We bring that up, we go into the 16x16, and in case it's not already showing you the background components, just click in your background and it will, just so that you know that. Then same as you place stuff in the level, you can just take something here and right click, or you can click in the window itself and right click to duplicate. I'm actually not going to change anything I actually already have. If you're really perceptive, you will have noticed that this bit right here is actually taller than it would be otherwise. So that's how you do that. One last thing I believe I want to mention in this part is generators, and I might have time to do one more thing. You go into sprites, and in the little drop down menu you go into special commands and generators. You can display text from level messages, which you change in the overworld editor. I will do a short thing on that later at some point. Side exit enabled, which is only used in the real game in Yoshi's house and the secret one in, what's it called, Donut Plains, behind the ghost house, the secret exit from the Donut Plains ghost house. So when you touch one of the screen exits, you will actually leave the level. Bullet bill shooter is a really nice one, which will just randomly generate bullet bills from the screen from the time you enter the same screen as the generator to the point where you place generate stop or turn off generator 2, for example. There's also one called turn off all generators, I believe. Turn off standard generators, for example. Turn off generators. Yeah. You can also set auto scroll. I've never actually tried that, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and do a little test of that before I actually do a minor tutorial on that. But at this point I believe you have all the knowledge you could possibly need to edit a level, really. Secondary entrance and exit will work if you do what I did right here. Midway entrance will work. Goals are really, really simple to place. You find the goal line in the sprites and you place it at the bottom, and you find this thing, the two pillars in objects. You want to make sure that in case the sprite one ends up behind, you just grab it and drag it and make sure it winds up on top. And yeah, that's all for this part, and I guess overworld stuff in part 4. Bye bye!